Hello, my LinkedIn family. I hope you're well and I hope you're enjoying uh, time. It is
uh, on Friday. So thanks goodness it's Friday. We have worked hard during the week, and now we deserve a relaxing weekend. Yes. So who is with me today on this live? Uh, Share your
on Friday.
name,
So thanks goodness it's Friday.
and I'll be happy to introduce you to my LinkedIn family live right now. So where are you joining in from? Just add those comment and um, I'll be happy to introduce you to the community that I have, which is growing fast. It is now getting close to 34,000 followers globally, which is a great thing. I really enjoy working with my community. And I have few people who have just joined in, so I'd like to introduce you all. Um, Stay with me. It is going to be a short session, and as usual, and its session is going to be about finding a job opportunity and what is your strategy and what should be your strategy. So I would like to add some thought process into your existing thought process. So we have Nayan joining in. Thank you very much. We have Catherine joining in. Thanks, Catherine, for joining in for the first time. We have Sana joining in. We have uh, Harit joining in. Thank you for joining in. We have Adil Ayub joining in. We have Babu joining in. Thank you very much. Sana, thanks for joining in. Catherine, thanks for joining in from UK. Um, yes, thank you very much. We have, yeah, Babu from Lagos. Great. We have Nasser joining in from Qatar. We have Onali joining in from Pakistan. We have other joining in from Bahrain, and Mohammed Wafa joining in from Saudi Arabia, and Prasad joining in also. So, what is one thing that really bothers you when you are looking for a job opportunity or you are applying for jobs? And we have Amr joining in. So, see, keep commenting, and I'll take your comments and I'll show those comments online. This is a great platform to connect. Social media, LinkedIn, and all professionals like you and me are on LinkedIn, and we should really be connecting with each other. So take this opportunity, visit each profile, persons that are connecting, people that are connecting on this particular live, and you may be able to find someone that you would like to connect with and build your network. So, what is one thing that bothers you when you are looking for a job? If you can add in comment, then I will be, I'll take that and I will try to address those things. Nayana, yes, you've already added a comment which I will show. I'll wait for one or two more comments to appear, and then I'll take those comments one by one. Well, again, same, more or less same thing. All right. Recruiters do not reply. Fantastic. Any more issues that bother you when you're looking for a job? And no proper feedback. All right. So what I will do, if you stay with me live now, uh, we will let you know is the most. All right, good one. Um, if you stay with me in the session, I'll actually pick three profiles, which is Nayan, Ragut, and um, maybe one more, and we'll try to do a quick review of these profiles. Well, good, great. You've already started sending me all the questions. So keep sending the questions. More or less, all the questions are pretty much similar to what I hear all the time. Because when I work with my clients and mentor and coach them on their job search strategy and LinkedIn strategy, because that's what my very specific strength is, building LinkedIn profiles to attract recruiters or target recruiters or target job markets, as well as the coaching session that I run for my client. This is a group coaching session that I run. The next one is starting on 17th of May, by the way. And I hear these questions and I try to help these people in settling around the best possibilities. All right, so I will take the first question, which is recruiters. Recruiters are bad people, right? They are so arrogant. Now think about it. For a recruiter, um, or maybe you want to experiment with that, just change your title to a recruiter and you will see how many people will contact you. If a recruiter is receiving hundreds of DMs every day, that recruiter cannot reply to everyone. And a lot of these applicants are randomly sending applications. Now, how the recruiters work, they have an assignment. So they get an assignment from the client. For instance, they receive a request to fill in a position for a full stack developer with certain qualifications and certain skills. They receive that information, and based on that information, they try to identify few candidates. They are not looking for 50 candidates. They probably are looking for maybe up to 5 candidates to begin with. They would interview those 5 candidates and they would identify one person or maybe 2% to float as potential candidates to that company, that client. Now, if your resume is not relevant to their interest at that point in time, uh, they won't get it. They simply don't have time. If they um, do not open that DM, which usually they don't because they don't have time again, as I said, you would feel that they're not responding. The situation is that if they do not float candidates, they won't get paid. So their focus is they should get paid. They're not helping you, they're helping themselves. So remember that it's a hard thing to say, hard thing to absorb, but think about it. So, what you need to do in this situation, you need to help them understand that you are the person they're looking for. Okay? If you can match their requirement, that's their business. This is what they are out there for. They're looking for candidates like you, but it's kind of it's our responsibility to communicate that message to them, not randomly sending out application. It won't work. I get a lot of messages. I'm not a recruiter, but I still get a lot of messages. People simply attach their resume and say, "Help me find a job." It does not work that way. So you have to identify a job and so be specific, be targeted, and be relevant. Because if you don't, then it will be very, very challenging. Wafa, yes, you're right. Application submission and process time consuming. And I was live with a dear friend Ali Pasha yesterday, and we were exactly discussing this issue. And instead of sending out 500 applications a month, if you are targeting well, then your process becomes much more easier. You're not randomly doing it, you're actually targeting. And often this is one of the missing element in your job share strategy. First of all, we think we are sending it out, but recruiters are not going to look at it. Fine, they won't because you may not be targeting them well. The other thing is that you're sending out too many applications. Recruiters do not understand your strength. Are we able to communicate our strength? Now, look at it from another perspective also, Amar. You're a highly qualified person, so look at it from the other person's perspective. Hmm, is there any possibility? So, I'm not sure what are you talking about. Um, if you're talking about like in Canada, recruiters would hire from abroad. Maybe only in technology sector. If somebody is just so phenomenal, they would. Uh, uh, I think that's what you're looking at. I mean, I remember you commented previously also, if I can vaguely think of on the same thing. Recruiters usually do not hire, well, in Canada, do not hire from abroad, very, very rarely. You're absolutely right. It's not only about presentation, it's about the content that you're putting out, the content. So I was just reviewing a resume today with a client, and um one of the thing in his resume was, well, so he fine-tuned it, by the way. There are different fonts used. So he is using Calibri, and then he is using somewhere Arial also. And that actually shows the lack of interest. So you have to present yourselves professionally, right? If you do not present yourself professionally, then be it. There are other people out there too. Um, that is somewhat not true. If you can see, employers are looking for a solution provider. Even if you have 10 years of gap, and if you're a solution provider, you can always tell them why the gap was, if they ask. Well, first of all, 10-year gap is a big gap, but if it's a 1 year gap or a year and a half gap, and you are still looking for a job, or you were laid off or anything, you can always tell them. And this is specifically what you have to mention. So what I say, you have to communicate with the recruiter through your resume and your LinkedIn profile, so that the recruiter understands where are you coming from. If you do not communicate, if you have a tailored made resume and you're sending it out uh, left, right, and center, then it is not really going to work. Um, thank you very much. You like it. Uh, Wafa, good question. Very good question. So you should have a master resume, as I call it, a master resume, and tailor it a bit for every job, because now a lot of recruiters and companies are using ATS system, application tracking system. If the keywords that are mentioned in the advertisement are not in your resume, then of course your resume technically does not qualify. So this is something that, and people specialize in writing ATS resume, and they charge a lot of money, right? So you have to think on those lines. Then I always tell people your LinkedIn is highly important. Why so? Because recruiters usually use LinkedIn as a search tool to search for candidates. And if you are not targeting well, if your LinkedIn profile is so weak, and a lot of LinkedIn profile are weak, even if I quickly go and review some of the profiles right now, I can very easily spot that the profiles are not up to the mark. Um, People recruiters will definitely not look at those profiles, because those profiles do not appear in their LinkedIn search. So, for instance, if I go on Nayan's profile, you are in Uttar Pradesh in India. Your profile, you connected with Aziz Mustafa, who is a dear friend of mine. You worked in a good organization, or probably you are still working there, EY. But your profile cannot appear in search. Believe me, it cannot appear in LinkedIn recruiter search, because you have, oh my God, you have nothing on your profile. So you have created a profile and you have just left it dormant. Okay, you have no strategy there. So this is one example, for instance, that I just picked up. I will also try to pick one or two profiles and quickly. Uh, Mudassirul Haq, UAE, open to new opportunities, event management, corporate events, uh, and you have three line in about summary. You're just scrolling on posts. You're not targeting anything. I'm sorry, such profiles are are not going to appear in LinkedIn search. How to make it appear, Nayan? It's a process. So if you Google, you can find tons of resources on LinkedIn profile optimization. I run LinkedIn profile optimization service as well as I run a coaching session. Well, it's a 4 week coaching session to become an all-star LinkedIn user. And well, of course, that's a paid session. If you want to join in, you can always DM me. The other profile that I get is from Ashwarya. She requests, so this is why that's why I'm reviewing it. DCS project engineer at XYZ company, um, 5 6 lines in about summary, uh, hardly any content targeting. Um, Again, I mean, I don't have to tell you, you have a very weak profile as usual. So this is a very common thing. People treat LinkedIn as um, as a resume. This is not your resume. This is something live. It has a life. 365 days a year, your LinkedIn profile is available for people to search and look at. If you don't, if you don't take care of your LinkedIn, if you don't take care of um, your own profile, as you call it, a profile, then you don't exist. Mudassir, you say you have applied for 1,000 jobs, you haven't got any response. Eh, Do you think it's their mistake? It's their problem? If you think so, I'm sorry. So I want to be blunt because it's usually a small session. I really want to educate and coach people as to change their mindsets. So you have to tell them that you can fix something. Yeah? You are a solution provider. If you cannot do that, then you won't find a job. It will be very difficult. When I say you, there are many. So you're not targeting probably. I don't know what the problem is, but at most of the time, problem rests with us telling people this is what we want to do, this is what we can do, this is what we can deliver. Randomly sending out 1,000 job applications won't work. I think you have to be very targeted. And I've reviewed your LinkedIn profile, so you're not going to get any responses through your LinkedIn. I'm sorry about that, but that's the reality. So I want to give a reality check here, right? Um, how do you do that? Yeah, uh, learn how to do that if you don't want to invest money. If you don't invest money, you will just waste time. So you have to balance between how much time you want to invest and waste, and how much money do you want to invest and learn how to do it. It's like going to school. If you are technically competent, for instance, if you're an electrician, you have learned to be an electrician. You have got a license to be an electrician, right? You invested in that thing to become an electrician, and this is exactly what works when we are looking at job finding strategy. Okay, um, so you can DM me, just inbox me. I will be. Let me see where you are quickly. I can't. Uh, okay, no, I still can't see your comment there. So the best thing is for you. Um, Shashidar, you can DM me. Just DM me, and I will be I'll be happy to respond uh, based on that. Usually, it's ATS resume based on the number of years and the qualifications and experience. It's anything between 200 to 300 US dollars, and LinkedIn profile is 325 US dollars. That's my rate, but you know this is what I do for business. Um, you don't understand, you need to consult someone, right? If you don't understand, if somebody's sick and you can't recover from Panadol, you have to go to a doctor, right? And you have to pay a fee. Um, Ashwarya, It is it we have to keep creating content based on our profession? Absolutely. I mean, your LinkedIn content is the feed for your LinkedIn. Not necessarily. If you are a solution provider, I mean, it depends on the market also. So at the moment, I'm not sure how the market is in India, in your particular profession. If you are a real solution provider, then I think you should get the market salary. But at the same time, market rate might have gone down because there are a lot of people who are out there who are looking for job opportunities. Mohammed Nafis, how's the scope of higher executive education in which country I should target for sales? I mean, you this means that you want to study. Uh, I mean, it's a personal choice how much money you have. There are countries in which you can do some things for $10,000, and there are countries in which you can do things for $30,000, $40,000. Which school do you want to get? So your question is not too specific. So you have to be specific in your opinion, in your question, and then only you will be able to get a response. So my today's concluding remarks are: you have to be specific, targeted. You have to have a very strong resume, very targeted resume, and you have to have a great LinkedIn profile. If great means not just by the look of it, but the searchability of it. Think about it. If you're looking for a cell phone, you go on Google and you search what kind of cell phones are available, what are the prices, what people are reviewing, people reviews. It is the same thing for LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a search engine. People don't understand it. And this is what my mission has been. This is what my business has been, to coach people how to use LinkedIn. A gold mine. LinkedIn is a gold mine of opportunities. If we don't know how to use it, be it, right? With that, thank you very much for connecting, for joining in onto my live session. I usually do very regular live sessions, so keep coming in. And if you really want to learn, keep coming back and comment on my posts. If you comment on my post, you will see your visibility will increase on LinkedIn. Thank you very much. I'm signing off from Toronto. And if you have any inquiry about my coaching program or my LinkedIn optimization service, you can always DM me. It's priced, but if you want to make an investment in yourself, now is the time to make that investment. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day, evening, morning, wherever you are. Bye bye for now. And please keep coming back and share this post, share this presentation. If you want to share, just hit the share button and you will be able to help others who are struggling. Bye bye.